Will, I'm usually right.
I don't think that's true, Adam.
Okay, well,
I think you're occasionally correct.
Okay.
At best. Maybe infrequently correct. Occasionally, sometimes. It's like often, sometimes, never, always.
Okay.
Pick one.
But when I am wrong, I'll usually admit to it.
With reckless abandon, yes, that is absolutely true.
Well, I'm here today to say that it's true. I was wrong about Chrome OS.
When you said it was terrible, when you said it was really, really good? Because you said
when
both recently.
When I said I didn't like it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you do like it?
I do like it. So let's talk about it.
Okay. So Adam, if you love Chrome OS so much, why don't you marry it?
Okay, I don't love it that much. But listen, we're kind of in the season where the Windows 10 end of life is approaching. So around these parts here at PCWorld, we've been talking a lot about alternate OSs.
Yeah, YOL, Year of Linux.
Yeah, it's the Year of Linux. And recently, Lenovo dropped on my lap this new Lenovo Chromebook Plus 14. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try this out.
You're an open-minded fella.
I'm an open-minded guy. I'm looking, for ways to maybe get off Windows, like a lot of people.
Yep.
So let's give it a try. And there's a lot to dig into here. I think it's going to fall into two categories. Number one, the hardware. Number two, the software. All right, let's start off with the hardware first. And like I mentioned, this is the Lenovo Chromebook Plus 14, a high-end Chromebook experience. And I'll be honest, I was wrong about this as well because I went to a briefing a couple months ago with Lenovo, and they were walking us through the stuff they were showing before Computex. And they said, hey, we have this new high-end Chromebook. Do you want to check it out? And I kind of laughed and was like,
what's a high-end Chromebook, Adam?
A high-end Chromebook, that sounds like an oxymoron, right? Chromebook is usually the junk chud stuff off to the side.
Yeah, we use it in education in the United States, so you know it's got to be good.
Yeah, so who would want that? And I felt really bad because the fine folks that are over, all right, well,
we spent the last 5 years making this thing, and here we are.
So and then, they came back and say, hey, you know what, let's put this on your lap, and I said, okay, I'm sorry, let me give this a real shot. And there is definitely some interesting things going on in here. And yes, I should caveat, this is a high-end Chromebook laptop. So we're talking about high-end specs. This has the brand new MediaTek Companion Ultra 910. I don't even...
Is that an ARM processor?
It is ARM. I am not familiar with MediaTek, so I can't give you anything about the specifics. But I do know this is the first Chromebook with a dedicated NPU on the processor, so it's got that.
People who want
got that AI. They found out how to put AI in the laptop.
Wow.
I haven't messed around too much with it, so I can't really talk about that. But it comes in two configurations. This configuration I have here is 16 gigabytes of DRAM, 256 gigabytes of UFS storage, so faster than the typical eMMC that you're getting on Chromebooks. Wi-Fi 7 comes in at like 2.78 pounds, so pretty light. It is also fanless. So we did take off the back and kind of look at the heating solution, or the heat pipe solution underneath.
Yeah.
And there's no fans. It's mostly passive cooling.
Radiates straight out through the aluminum.
Yeah, and from what I understand, this MediaTek chip is all about efficiency.
Okay.
So they're able to get away with that, and I can confirm I literally heard no fans.
Can we cut to the chase? What is a premium, a plus quality Chromebook, if you will, cost?
Yeah, so for this configuration, it is $650.
That's pretty good. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah,
like the modern context,
I mean,
especially.
Yes, but for Chromebooks, that is.
Yeah, I mean,
that is one of the highest prices available on the market for something you should buy. I think like the Pixelbook, whatever, was more expensive.
They had the $1,000 Chromebook. They tested those waters and then kind of backed off. It seemed like.
But really, the other big selling point for this, that elevates it over normal Chromebooks, is it's got OLED. And we love OLED around here. So it's a 1920 by 1200 resolution at 14 inches.
19 by 12, okay.
Yeah, so 19 by 12, so a little bit taller, and I appreciate that. It's OLED. There are the two configurations. One is non-touch. This is touch. I need touch on a laptop, so
you like those fingerprints really smeared all over there.
And the color accuracy is 100% DCI-P3. So good, solid. I mean, it's not
on HDR.
Yeah. Okay. So, but. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going for this in terms of the hardware experience. It's got a really good Lenovo trackpad. It's got a fingerprint sensor. The keyboard, it's pretty solid. The speaker is pretty solid. It's got a G button instead of a Windows button. It's got two USB-C ports, one Type A still, and a courageous headphone jack. The Chromebook is still rocking.
Well, because the kids
Courage.
need the headphone jack for analog headphones.
Yeah, so a really nice design. It's got this interesting wavy pattern here at the bottom.
Looks like it has. I thought that was gonna have good grip, and it turns out not so much.
It's not too bad. It's not slipping around on the table. Like, all in all, the last Chromebook that I tried was many years ago. I can't remember specifically, but I'm going to talk about probably 2017, 2018 timeframe was the last one, and it was not. Like, I definitely messed around with the Pixelbook, but at that price, I was just like, okay, well, that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
for
that
me.
thing's ridiculous. Yeah.
But this does feel like a good, like, mid-range kind of like hardware option. It's got really nice high-end features in it.
Keyboard good?
I mean, Lenovo, known for good keyboards, so I feel like this is a standard Lenovo keyboard, and you're either going to like it or not, but I feel like most people like this keyboard.
Okay.
So the hardware experience is good. The last thing is a 60 watt-hour battery. I haven't used this a ton, in ways that I've and I haven't done any testing or anything like that. But generally, the battery life has been pretty good.
Like, you get through a full day or two?
Oh yeah, easy. Yeah.
Okay.
I will say, if you want to know more about the hardware, actually, our writer Ashley Bazinko did a review of it over on PCWorld, and I found out that she also got in one, and she reviews a lot of Chromebooks, and she claimed it was the best Chromebook she's ever used. So it was good to have two separate people on our team be like, this is actually really good. Independent of each other. So yeah, I dig it.
So decent hardware it sounds like, but without OS letting you run the applications you want. The secret sauce of Chrome OS is that it's just Chrome with an OS that kind of runs behind it and runs a window manager behind it. It's like a special version of Linux, right?
Yeah, and once again, the last time I used Chrome OS, it just felt like this is just a Chrome browser, and I think they had maybe just started letting Android apps on, and I was like, okay, well, that's not good either. So I don't know. It wasn't a great experience, but now using it years on, and just maybe my expectations were so low that I was just super impressed. But this reminded me of when I used to use a Mac. That this has like features that connect to my Android phone in ways that I'm like, oh, this is magic. I can get messages. I can actually connect my phone and control my phone from the laptop. And I know you can do that on Windows as well. There's definitely tools, built into Windows, and even Intel has Unison, but they're depreciating it, whatever. This worked in a way that I felt like, I'm going to use the Apple kind of phrasing, it felt like magic. I didn't realize anything other than Macs could have this kind of interconnectivity with my Google services.
How does it work with my iPhone?
I can't talk to that because I am a pure, Android Google person. So, all of my services are in here. I did download some of the apps that don't have native support, like Slack or Discord, and it's still a little kludgy because it's still meant for kind of a phone interface.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you say download an app, you mean download an Android app that then runs in this install.
Yeah, I got it
because there are also Chrome apps too.
Yeah. So the Chrome app, it's pre-installed with some of the apps like YouTube, things like that.
Okay.
So all in all, I guess I was expecting something that was years behind any normal operating system. That's something that maybe you could give to your kid, maybe you can give to your grandma, and just be like, hey, you know what? You mostly browse in the web. Yeah. You don't need to worry too much about file structure and things like that. And what I came away with was oh wow, I could see myself using this as a daily driver. I want to use it more. There are things that I haven't tried to do yet, on my laptop when I'm here at work, where is one of the places I use it the most. I need to use Photoshop to do photo editing, and so I haven't found a way to circumnavigate photo editing stuff. I know there's options out there. I just haven't dug into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of web, like Photopea and stuff like that are available for web-based photo editing these days.
Yeah. So, but either way, this has convinced me that I was wrong about Chromebooks. Not just the hardware, but also the software. This feels like an adult system for adults, not a baby system for babies.
Would you say it shook the foundations of your assumptions about Chrome OS?
It did.
Oh.
And guess what? We're talking about the year of the Linux. This essentially is running Linux.
For what it's worth, I think Chrome OS Flex, which is the kind of install on your own hardware version of Chrome OS, is probably the easiest thing to get running on most Windows 10 machines that won't make the Windows 11 jump.
And if you really are invested in Google services, if most of the stuff you do computing wise can be just done through a browser or a simple application, then this is the way to go. Like I think if I was still editing videos, that's where this would fall apart. I don't really edit video around here too much anymore, so then it'd be like, okay, well, it's just not an option. I'm sure there are video editors that I could put on here, but not to the kind of degree that I would need.
And the advantage of using something like this over, say, an iPad is that you have a full version of Chrome running on this, whereas the iPad has a kind of stripped down version of Safari compared to the desktop or laptop versions of Mac OS Safari, right?
Yeah, and it's got full support, like all the functionality. I mean, I wish it kind of had a card reader, but once again, I'm not doing.
It has a USB port. Why do you need a card reader?
Yeah, it's got to do that. We live that dongle life, right? But yeah, it feels good. At the end of the day, it feels good to try different OSs, and I'm glad I came back to this. We've been talking about Linux, other distros of Linux, and kind of prepping to try some of those. But to be able to go back and have my assumptions of Chrome OS kind of shattered, it feels good. It feels good, man.
Well, it's nice that you can admit when you were wrong.
Yeah, once again, I'm usually not wrong, but in this case, I am.
Not true.
Yeah, but. If you want to dive deeper into this exact piece of hardware, like I said, I'm going to link in the description to the full review over on PCWorld.com. Ashley wrote it up. She loved it. She kind of gets deeper into the specs over there. But I just kind of want to get on here and give my thoughts after using it for a bit. And depending on how things go for the rest of the year, maybe this is something I'm like, you know what? I tried other versions of Linux, and I was like, nah, okay, that's just too nerdy for me. I came back to Chrome OS.
It's funny because I always kind of looked at Chrome OS as the, hey, I've given up and I'm just wearing sweatpants all the time version of a laptop.
No, I don't think so, man.
I think you should just lean into the sweatpants life. Get some of those sweatpants that look like jeans, and you're good to go. That's all you need.
I guess, yeah. Get down in the comments. Or should we all switch to sweatpants and just embrace that future? I don't know. I'm quite there, but thank you, Will. For chatting with me.
I'm glad to hear. I'm always glad to be here and help you acknowledge when you've made a mistake and when you're wrong. And it's novel for me to get to just be around these people. This is terrible. We should not do this.
Well, and hopefully will finally admit when he's wrong, and we'll do a video about it. If you want to see that video,
that would happen.
Leave a comment down below about all the things that Will's wrong about, and subscribe to see that video when it comes out later. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
No such thing as bad ideas, Adam.
Except for that one.
No such thing as bad ideas.
You found the one bad idea.
That's a great idea. You just don't like it. Don't be a hater. You could choose not to be a hater.
Not today.